Game 2 coming up here at OSF. Ohio softball walk-off winners back in Game 1. Yasmin Logan with a shot down the left field line, scored Emily Walker, and the Bobcats winners in Game 1 by a score of 2-1. Back with Sam Spinelli, Jay Cremata with you. Jordan Bowes producing our stream today as well. And for Game 2, not much has changed. Let's go through Bowling Green's offensive 9. Greta Lesperance leads things off, followed by Peyton Doles, with Bailey Sample hitting third. Reagan Williamson back in that DP spot as well as the cleanup spot for BG. Lexi Carver's next, hitting fifth, followed by Peyton Ham in the sixth spot. Sophie Weber, Sarah Gonzalez, and Winnie Reed in the lineup for the first time today. She rounds out, she rounds out Bowling Green's offensive 9. For the Bobcats, nothing's changed defensively with Carolyn Spacek at second, Lauren Uhas at second, Megan McMenemy at short with Analia Paoli at third. And outfield from left to right, Yasmin Logan, Allie Inglet, and down the right field line is Tori Walker with Brooke Rice behind the dish. And Kylie Kofelt inside the circle for Ohio. Carries a 6.65 ERA. This is her 12th appearance and 9th start. She's 2 for 7 this year, and 53 and 2/3 innings of work. Kofelt this year, opponents hit 368 against her. So we'll see how Kofelt does after the very good game that Mackenzie Cole pitched earlier, Sam.
Yeah, we talked about that before in the last game, that she really stepped up to the plate, like I said, no pun intended. But she really did a great job, and so did BG's pitcher. She did a great job as well. But both have new pitchers. I'm excited to see how this game goes, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a close one, I think, just like the last one was.
Yeah, the last one was a definite pitcher's duel. This one may or may not be. I have no idea what we're going to see. I mean, you never know what you're going to get in the Mid-American Conference in general. But Mackenzie Cole, last game, allowed one run. And the first pitch, I should say the next pitch, is bunted foul down the third base side. So 0-2 to Greta Lesperance.
I think it was interesting how you mentioned before coming back on that Payne Gottschall, Bowling Green's pitcher, in the last game had 9 strikeouts and they didn't end up winning, which I think just goes to show how close these two teams are playing. Yeah,
9 Ks, and the decision's a loss for her. The 0-2 upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Greta Lesperance last game recorded her 8th multi-hit game this year. She was 2 for 3, but she was caught stealing for the first time this year. Here's the 1-2. Slapped on back to the pitcher. Kofelt fields, throws, and in time, got her by a half step. And Lesperance throws down her orange helmet, bends the knees. She fell over that first base bag, and she's limping over to the sidewall. And both hands on that right side sidewall. Coach Willis walks over to her, and seems to be that she's okay. First one up, first one down for Bowling Green here in Game 2. We're underway for Game 2 here at OSF in Southeast Ohio. Starting to lighten up here. It's still overcast, but it's just lighter. The dark clouds have pushed on over to the east. In fact, we can see them out beyond the outfield wall and over the Athens West Green skyline. Peyton Doles steps in. 358 hitter after that last game, 24 hits. Doles was 0 for 3 in Game 1. Pop out to third, ground out to third, and fly out, or I should say pop out to second. First pitch is off the end of the bat, foul to the on-deck circle, 0-1. Peyton Doles off to a hot start in 2022. She started out the first 3 games with multiple hit games. 6 times this year she's had multiple RBIs. She skies one to straightaway center field. Allie Inglet under it routinely, makes the catch for out number 2. And Kylie Kofelt 2 up, 2 down in inning number 1. And that brings up Bailey Sample, 1 for 3 today. And back in Game 1, so now Bailey Sample has had a hit in 7 of her last 9 games, in which she's now 8 for 30. Sample hitting .288 coming into Game 2 with 17 hits. The pitch. Lines it foul, right side.
And that 288 average is good for 4th on her team, and only a freshman, which I think is really great for Bailey and a great addition to the Falcon roster.
Yeah, we were really talking about earlier how special of a player she is, 5'5" freshman, and she's hitting 288. You don't see that a lot around the country. Here's the 0-1. Hits it to short on the ground. McMenemy gloves and throws out. Bailey Sample, 6'3" put out, and Bowling Green goes in order to start game 2. Bobcats grab the bats after walking off game 1. We'll be right back on the Ohio Sports Network from Learfield.
Located on 741 East State Street, Steak and Shake is serving up handmade milkshakes, fresh pressed steak burgers, and crispy shoestring fries cooked right to order. Kick off your day with our breakfast served until 11 a.m. And don't forget to join us for happy hour drinks and shakes on weekdays from 2 p.m. till 5 p.m.
Left corner for 3, bang! And oh baby, what a first half it's been.
In sight, it must be right. We'll see you there at Steak and Shake Athens.
If you can dream it, you can do it. Maybe your dream is to have a vacation cabin in the woods. Or maybe your dream is to open up a cat cafe.
Who ordered the milk?
At Ohio University Credit Union, your dreams are our dreams, and we have the money to lend that will make them a reality. OUCU offers great loan rates, flexible terms, and fast responses on your application. Not a member? You can join. Really? Stop by a branch or visit oucu.org. Equal housing opportunity loan subject to credit approval. Federally insured by NCUA. MLS number 433809.
No score after the top half of the first between Ohio and Bowling Green here in game 2. Back with Sam Spinelli, Jake Kamada with you. Jordan Bowes, our producer. Bobcats offense, same as before. As we go through their starting 9. Allie Inglet to lead us off, followed by Carolyn Spacek. Megan McMenemy all due up this inning. Analia Paoli back in the cleanup spot, followed by the DP, Sophia Bernard. Tori Walker in the 6th spot for Ohio. And the 7-8-9 batters, Yasmin Logan, the hero in game 1. Brooke Rice hitting 8th. And Lauren Uhas back in that 9 spot. Meanwhile, defensively for Bowling Green, Weber's at first. Reeds at second. Sample back at short. Gonzalez in the hot corner at third. Doles in left. L'Esperance in center. Ham down the right field line. Carver behind the dish. And in the circle for the first time today for Bowling Green is Sydney Stepp, the sophomore, stands 5'7". She's from Westerville, Ohio, making her 3rd appearance, first start, and she deals to Inglet upstairs for ball 1. Sydney Stepp. No ERA this year. She's allowed 2 hits, a run. It wasn't earned. 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. The 1-0. Hit on the ground by Inglet to second. Reed's there to cover and throws out Inglet. Inglet now 0 for 4 on the day total. She was 0 for 3 in game 1. Back from that dislocated shoulder that she suffered against Marshall a couple of games ago. As Carolyn Spacek comes up to the bat. And same, we saw Spacek go down on strikes in each of her at-bats last game.
I was just about to say that some of our better hitters for the Bobcats, Caroline Spacek and Allie Inglet, both didn't get a hit in the last game. So I know they're looking to improve this time around.
In fact, Spacek only saw 9 pitches in all of game 1. She struck out 3 times. Spacek's average down to 282 now. Still has 22 hits. She's one of the more prominent hitters in this lineup. Looks at an off-speed pitch outside, 1-1. Sydney Stepp, the last time that BG sent her out inside the circle, she pitched 5 innings in that 3-game series against Northern Illinois. 5 innings of work. That's when she allowed those 2 hits in a run, 2 walks and a strikeout. She threw 1 inning in non-conference play against Seattle. She only pitched an inning, walked 1 batter. Spacek grounds 1 foul, third base side, 1-2. Last year Stepp was named Academic All-MAC. 16 appearances in the circle. She started 6 times. However, she went 1 for 4 with an ERA north of 4, 45 strikeouts in 48 2/3 innings. The 1-2, high, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 down, nobody on for Carolyn Spacek and the Bobcats. Carol, as they call her. Everyone on this team has a nickname. The 2-2. Hit in the air to the right, foul. Told ourselves before game 1 that this would be an offensive collision between 2 teams that were just great offensively. Bowling Green, 282 team average. Ohio 266, however, their 152 hits were 3rd in the MAC. They averaged nearly 7 hits a game. But that really wasn't the case as Spacek grounds one back to step inside the circle and throws to first for out number 2.
I think offensively and defensively, both of these teams really did a good job. And like I mentioned before, it shows how similar and how equal on a playing field that these 2 teams are, which I think leads to why these games today have been really good and really competitive.
Megan McManamy at the dish. She homered back in game 1. Sent one right over the right center field fence. Big spot, too, for Sydney Stepp. I mean, her first start of the year as McManamy fouls it out to the backstop. I mean, this is a good chance for Stepp to prove herself and show that she belongs in this rotation for BG. And Bowling Green, their pitching staff, and they have a lot to harp about. Least amount of runs allowed. Second least amount of earned runs. Strike call, 0-2 now to McManamy. 113 hits allowed. That's the least in the conference. Only 44 walks, over 2 a game. They've allowed the least amount of doubles, and they have the lowest opponent's batting average in the conference at 221. The Bobcats took game 1 against them. Here's the 0-2. Leaves it high, 1-2. They were pretty disappointed after that Northern series. They dropped 2 of 3. Did bounce back in the series finale. They won 7-3. The 1-2 nubbed back to the circle off the end of the bat. Step, gloves, throws, out. And 3 up, 3 down for Ohio on a 4-3 and back-to-back 1-3 putouts. Not much going on in the first inning. We head to inning number 2 on the Ohio Sports Network from Learfield.
When you order your groceries online with ClickList from Kroger, you can do your shopping anytime, anywhere, like the gym, the office, or your favorite comfy couch. And whether you place your order on your phone, tablet, or computer, it's still your neighborhood Kroger. So you'll find all the fresh choices, low prices, and great deals you love. And you'll save time, too. Try ClickList from Kroger with same-day pickup. Check it out at Kroger.com. Fresh food, low prices at Kroger.
These days, we're all doing a lot more virtually, which is why at Ohio Health, we've expanded our virtual care options and availability to make it even easier to get safe expert care at home. That includes virtual visits with over 1,000 trusted providers in every medical specialty. Learn more about our virtual health options at ohiohealth.com/virtualhealth.
First inning in the books, and a whole lot of nothing happened. Both teams went in order, 1, 2, 3. So to begin inning number 2, Reagan Williamson, the DP for BG, starts us off. Lexi Carver on deck and Peyton Ham in the hole. So Kylie Kofeld in the circle for Ohio, seeing the meat of the lineup for Bowling Green. And the first pitch she deals is in there for a called strike. 0-1 to start to Reagan Williamson. Reagan Williamson 0 for 2 in game 1. She walked in the 4th inning. Here's the 0-1 from Kofeld. High and wide. 1-1. This is a good chance, too, for Kofeld to, I mean, obviously, Ohio has 2 pitchers due to an injury. But, I mean, this could be a great opportunity for her to build some momentum going into conference play. As the 1-1 comes and finishes low. But, right, Sam, I mean, This would be a good start for Kofeld in conference play.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw how well Cole did in the previous game. We saw it was such a pitcher's duel, so I'm excited to see how Kylie does, and I hope that this builds up her stamina, and just going into this MAC play, this could be a really great start for her.
Misses outside on the next pitch, so it's 3 balls and a strike to Reagan Williamson. Kofeld for Ohio, one of the newer Bobcats on this roster, 5'7" senior from Beloit, Ohio. Did pitch once against Buffalo, 6 1/3. Called strike to Williamson. She didn't think so. She was almost down the first base line. But Kofeld, 6 1/3 at Buffalo, 7 hits. She allowed 3 runs. They were earned. A season high 7 strikeouts and 2 walks. She pitched pretty well. Pitch is lined foul to the right side.
And I know you mentioned, too, that one of the 3 Bobcat pitchers was injured, but that kind of has let Kylie come on and get more experience for herself. She only had 3 appearances in 2020, 1 in 2021, and this is her 12th already in 2022. So it's good to see her getting this experience, and hopefully this will, like I mentioned before, lead for great things for MAC play.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, she's a Duke transfer with 1 appearance last year, and I mean, and like you said, not much in 2020 either. So again, a fresh start, new opportunity here in Athens. Here's the 3-2. Hit on the ground. She chopped it foul, third base side. Still 3-2. But boy, I mean, you talk about being put through the ringer, Kofeld. This month alone, she's faced Georgia, who her Aunt Rhonda played for back in the mid to late 90s. Kentucky, Indiana, Marshall, and App State. Talk about being put through the grinder. Ball 4 thrown high. So Bowling Green with a leadoff walk to start inning number 2 with no score, and Lexi Carver to the plate. I think we're going to have a pinch runner already as Sarah Wallace down the third base line. Looks like number 3, Marley McNulty, returns. She ran last game in the 7th for Bowling Green. And Coach Willis back to the third base coach's box. Willis 2. She flashed some hand signals to McNulty over at first. Lexi Carver at the dish, righty on righty matchup, show a bunt, and it's bunted foul. It was foul and off the shin guard of Brooke Rice, and her and Analia Paoli do a chest bump as they go back to their respective positions. 0-1 to start. Yeah, Kylie Kofeld allowing nearly 8.5 hits a game and 8.5 runs a game as well. Half of them are earned, however. Another show of bunt down the third base line. Paoli gloves and has a lot of time as she throws out Lexi Carver. But the sack bunt moves up Williamson to second base. So with 2 more outs to work with, Bowling Green has a runner in scoring position at second base. They did not at all lead in game 1. Kofeld looks at Roark in the third base dugout to get her signs. Bobcats looking to get out of this top of the second inning with no damage done. The pitch upstairs to Peyton Ham. Peyton Ham, 235 hitter coming into game 2. 12 hits for Ham. After that first game, she had that RBI double to tie the game up in the 7th with 2 outs. As Rice throws down to second base after the strike, not in time. That was a big hit for Peyton Ham, her 5th RBI, 2 of the year. 1-1 the count. Kofeld the righty, deals to the lefty. Outside. 2-1. What a clutch hit too, Sam, wasn't it, back in that 7th inning?
That was insane. I can't even believe it. There was so little action that happened throughout most of that game that when that finally happened, we were all like, oh my gosh, like things are heating up. Things are starting to go down. So it was great to see that happen.
2-1, misses outside. A hitters count 3-1 to Peyton Ham. Han, the 5'7" senior, one of few grandparents, as Willis described her. Should say the Bowling Green team calls their upperclassmen. Looks at ball 4 upstairs, and Bowling Green's in business here with 2 walks this inning. Runners on first and second base, and only 1 down. No score, top half of the second. It's Bowling Green team trying to rebound after getting walked off on in game 1. Sophie Weber, first baseman, .333 hitter, 11 hits now coming into game 2 of our doubleheader today. With a pitch, outside, called the strike, 0-1.
This is a lot different than how we saw game 1 sort of take place. 2 runners on right now, and another one at bat, only 1 out. Probably not what the Bobcats wanted right now.
Lofted to the third baseman, Paoli. She makes the catch. Big out there for Kofeld and Ohio. Sarah Gonzalez at the plate now. And Gonzalez only had 2 at-bats in game 1. She struck out twice. That's how much of a pitcher's duel game 1 was. I mean, we didn't see a lot of girls didn't see a lot of at-bats. And Gonzalez was in the 9 spot. She's been pushed to the 8 spot here. She nicks the first pitch, 0-1 to start.
Yeah, those pitchers did such a great job in the last game. It was really interesting to see how each of them really stepped up to the game and had both really great games for themselves.
Wind blowing out to the outfield still. Here's the 0-1. Outside, that's a strike. 0-2 with 2 away for BG and no score. Visitors half of the second. Runners on first and second base. Kofeld looking to get out of the jam. Bends the knees. Here's the 0-2. Outside. Kofeld sets the 1-2 deal. Swung on and missed. Got her to chase, low and away. Bobcats grab the bat. Still no score at OSF in game 2. We'll be right back on the Ohio Sports Network from Learfield.
Let's go Cats. Let's go Labatt Blue Light. When you drink a pristine Canadian Pilsner, you're good at beer. Bobcats fans, grab a Labatt Blue Light and be good at beer. Always enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2021 Labatt USA, Buffalo, New York. All rights reserved. Labatt, registered U.S. trademark of Labatt Brewing Company, Ltd.
We've all seen the tragedies associated with drug activity and impaired driving in our state. This is Trooper Conkler of the High State Highway Patrol's Athens Post. We need everyone's help to keep drugs out of our communities, keep impaired drivers off our roads, and get people to make good decisions when driving. Traffic and community safety is the responsibility of everyone. You can do your part in calling pound 677 to report drug activity and impaired or reckless drivers to law enforcement. Together we can make Ohio a safer place to live and travel.
Back in Athens for game 2 of our doubleheader today. Thanks so much for joining us, along with Sam Spinelli, Jay Cremata with you. Jordan Bowes, our producer. Analia Paoli leads things off for Ohio in the home half of the second against Sydney Stepp, making her 3rd appearance and first start this season. Paoli looks low and away for ball 1. Bobcats win in order, 1-2-3 back in the first. Sophia Bernard on deck, and Tori Walker in the hole for Ohio. So 4, 5, 6 batters due up this second inning. Here's the pitch. Outside, it's a strike. Paoli kind of hesitated at it, like she was going to take a whiff at it, or I should say a hack, but laid off instead. Paoli last game, 1 for 3. She bounces one foul to her third base dugout.
Something you don't see very often is a sophomore second on for batting with a .333 average as only a sophomore. I'd say that that's pretty good.
Yeah, and as a freshman, too, she was one of the more consistent hitters. Kenzie Roark was telling us. She hit 300 in the 3-game series against Buffalo. Pitch high and wide from Sydney Stepp, 2 balls and a strike. Paoli, though, 0 for 2 against Ohio State. She did have a walk in that game. Just 2 games this year where she hasn't reached base. It's now 23 recorded games for Ohio. In 21 of the 23, Paoli has reached base safely. The 2-2. Skied into right center field. Going back is Les Perrons at the track, at the wall. It's off the wall. Paoli on her horse all the way to third base. Les Perrons picks it up, throws it in, and Paoli's in with the sliding triple. Boy, that one hit off the top of the wall, Sam, and came back towards the infield. And that gave Paoli a lot of time to run around.
I thought that one was going to be gone.
Boy, it was close. Went up into the wind stream that's blowing out towards the outfield. Also didn't look like Les Perrons had a good angle at that either. She just didn't see it off the bat that well because she started running in. She just took a weird angle at it. Big spot for Sophia Bernard to put Ohio up and strike first in the home half of the second. Swings through the first pitch for strike 1. And Paoli this year, not the first time she's gotten a triple for sure. It's her second triple. The pitch. Bernard way out in front of a pitch. Strike 2. But that leadoff triple by Paoli, boy, that's huge. With Tori Walker on deck and Yasmin Logan in the hole. And this part of the lineup's been pretty busy today. Bernard reached on an error and scored. I should say she didn't score, but her pinch runner scored. As Bernard punches one to the third base bag, and the third baseman, Gonzalez, was kind of in a tussle a little bit. She bobbled it as Paoli went back to the bag, and their two bodies kind of collided a little bit, and she shrugs her shoulders and says, "What was I supposed to do?" And Coach Willis for Bowling Green's going to come out and kind of ask about, hey, any kind of interference we can talk about here? I mean, and it's a legitimate question, too, because Willis has an actual argument here. Because Paoli, she was going back to the bag, and I'm not going to say she totally and purposely interfered with the play, but, I mean, the ground ball was literally on the third base bag, and Paoli had to get back. I don't know. That's a tough call. Looks like Coach Roark for Ohio may bring out a pinch runner for Sophia Bernard. Let's see what we rule this to. I have no idea. Good luck, scorekeepers. Is that a hit? No. E5? Okay. Our SID, Sarah Legarski, says E5. So that's what we're calling it. She picked it up and dropped it twice. That's what Legarski says, so we're rolling with it. I'm sure Mike, Bowling Green's SID Mike is cracking up right now. Love Mike. He does great work. Mike is the best. Bowling Green's SID. Mike Cohen, he's awesome. Runners on the corners here. Nobody out for Bowling Green in the bottom half of the second. Tori Walker at the plate. The pitch. Runner breaks for second base. Swing and a miss. Throw down to second base is in time. They throw home, and Bowling Green does not tag out Paoli. How about that? She danced around the tag by Carver. Holy mackerel.
That was the weirdest home plate slide I've ever seen, but it worked.
And I was wrong. The runner at second is safe. So Ohio has a 1-0 lead and a runner on second base. Unbelievable. Paoli danced around the tag at home. Unbelievable. That's not an ideal way of letting up the first run of the game if you're BG. The pitch to Walker. Fouled on the ground and almost, watch your lips, almost bounced up the guardrail on the third base dugout and took the head off of Coach Rowe. I would ask your thoughts, Samantha, but you're doing social media things.
I am, I'm sorry. They put me on double duty today.
No, we're happy you're here. 0-2 the count. Just letting everybody know Samantha's still with us. Nobody out. 1-0 game. The 0-2 pitch. Skied up in the air, left side. The shortstop Sample under it to make the catch in shallow left. Now there's one away for Ohio here in the home half of the second. 1-0 game on one of the most bizarre plays you'll ever see. A steal to second, throw down to second, stolen base, runner breaks from third to home, danced around the tag. Pitch to Yasmin Logan, outside and away. Yasmin Logan swings through a pitch. 1-1. Logan was the hero back in game one. 2 for 3. Her hit in the bottom of the seventh scored Emily Walker, the pinch runner, who reached for who pinch ran for Sophia Bernard. The 1-1 is hit on the ground to second. Reed charges, gloves, and throws to first for out number 2. Runner advances from second to third. And that brings up Brooke Rice, the fifth-year catcher, who was 0 for 2 in game one. She walked in the bottom of the seventh, and Tori O'Brien pinch ran for Rice, but Tori O'Brien really wasn't the focal point in the bottom of the seventh. It was more so Emily Walker. Here's the pitch to Rice. Low for ball one. But even after Brooke Rice, even though she was 0 for, she still reached base. So she's reached base in the last 10 games now. In 9 of the last 11, she punches one in the gap to right center field, down for a base hit, and another run scores. RBI single for Brooke Rice, her 18th hit, 11th RBI. 2-0 game. Ohio's on top of BG. And Brooke Rice has now reached base in the last 11, and now 10 of the last 11.
They're cracking them now. This game's a lot different than the first one. We didn't see nearly as many hits.
At least nearly as many hits early in this game. 2-0 Ohio, bottom of the second, with Lauren Uhas at the dish. Pitch to her, she lines one down the left field line, foul. Nothing and one to start for Uhas, hitting 9th in the Bobcats lineup. And if needed, Allie Inglet, the top of the order, is on deck. Uhas. Sam mentioned this in game one. Her dad played professionally for the Pittsburgh Steelers, collegiately at Tulane in northern Arizona. Her brother played football at Slippery Rock. The 1-0. I should say the 0-1 is outside and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. So a very athletic family, the Uhas family. Helped her team to the playoffs for the first time in 5 years. West Mifflin Area High School. She had a very successful career. The 1-1 is hit hard on the ground to short. Sample there, takes it herself to second, steps on the bag for out number 3. Wow, 2 hits, 2 runs for Ohio in the bottom half of the second. We head to the third. BG with the bats after this on the Ohio Sports Network from Learfield.
Let O'Neill Hartman Insurance show you how Grange's strong value and fast claim service delivers league-leading coverage. O'Neill Hartman Insurance will find you a Grange auto policy that balances competitive rates and responsive Grange claim service. O'Neill Hartman Insurance considers Grange their go-to company for their combination of great value and outstanding claim service. Call O'Neill Hartman at 740-797-4685 or visit them online at o'neillhartman.com.
You expect world-class primary care from Memorial Health System. It's time to expect more, much more. Our patients now also get free virtual urgent care, so expect our expertise everywhere and answers anytime for free. No one else offers this because we're reinventing primary care. So find out more and expect more today from Memorial Health System.
Nine 1-2 batters due up for Bowling Green. Top half of the third inning coming up. Winnie Reed, Greta Lesperance, and Peyton Dulles all due up this inning. Back with Sam Spinali, Jay Cremata with you. Jordan Bose producing our stream as well. Big thanks to these two. Big thanks to you, the listener, allowing us onto your streaming devices today. As Kylie Kofelt ready to deal to Winnie Reed. We did not see Reed in game one. First pitch to her is upstairs. Oh, okay. It's a strike. Nothing in one. But Bowling Green, after that game one loss, they dropped to 13-8 and 1-3 in Mid-American Conference play. Hoping to bounce back after being walked off on in game one. Reed punches it through the right side, diving stop for Juhas underneath, throws to first, got her in time. Oh, what a play by the freshman. Sliding to her left to stop the bouncing ball and on one knee through to spot check at first. One up, one down for BG in the top half of the third.
That one was close. She had to pick herself up to get that one to Caroline.
2-0 game. Ohio leads BG. And the Bobcats can take game two. They would take the series already today with the chance for a sweep tomorrow. Lesperance at the dish, shows bunt, waves at it for strike one. Greta Lesperance, 5'8" sophomore, coming off a fantastic freshman year where she hit .376, fourth highest single season batting average in BG history. 70 hits, which is third in a single season. That time she got a ball that in no way she should have swung at all. Low and away. One down, nobody on. 2-0 game. Ohio on top of Bowling Green, and another low and outside pitch to Lesperance.
And she is their top hitter with a .361 average.
Yeah, fantastic player. For the first time this year, she was caught stealing. She was 15 for 15, and then she met the BB that is Brooke Rice. Slapped onto Juhas, who is playing in. Easy glove and easy flip to first. And we've got some fans in attendance who are rowdied up. At least that's the PG version of it. Peyton Dulles, 0 for 1 today, steps in. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
It's almost 5 o'clock here.
Here's the pitch to Dulles. It misses low and outside. 1-0. 2-0 game. Ohio on top. And Peyton Dulles, another sophomore, youthful team, this BG group. The 1-0 in the dirt.
The wind is picking back up. Those flags are moving heavy now.
Yeah, they are. Kofelt ready with 2 outs and a 2-0 pitch. Fouled off the bottom of that half of the bat, 2-1. Dulles NFCA All-American Scholar athlete last year. As a freshman, it's really good. Hit 368 too last year. This is a freshman too, folks. At least last year, sorry. And hit 411 against the MAC. MAC's no joke. Not a joke conference. It's hard to hit in this league. The 2-1 misses low. 3 balls and a strike, and Dulles is, of course, doing it again, hitting 358. 24 hits, second most this year on this BG roster. 20 ribbies leads the way. Boy, she's going to have a fun career. She keeps this up. The 3-1. Hit on the ground hard to the hot corner. Across the diamond, but off the bag. Boy, that would have been incredible if Paoli would have made that play. The throw, yeah, I don't know if it would have been close or not. But, oh, never mind. They say foul. Okay. Sarah Willis down the third base line. She does nod her head. I think she agrees. Boy, that must have been foul, not by much. So the count's 3-2. The pitch. Another dribbler to the left side. Count stays 3-2.
It's interesting to see another sophomore second in batting average, just like we talked about earlier on the Bobcats with Analia Paoli.
Yeah. Some players that are going to see each other and face each other for years to come. The payoff. Swung on and missed. Got her to chase, slow it in. Kofeld's looking good through 3. Bobcats up 2-0 in Athens. We step aside on the Ohio Sports Network from Learfield.
The past year and a half, we've all been part of unprecedented times that have been heavy. At Integrated Services for Behavioral Health, we have been here for you throughout the heaviness of the pandemic and will continue to be here for you whenever you need us. Checking in on your behavioral health and well-being is more important than ever. If you feel like you can benefit from home or community-based support, counseling, peer recovery support, and a myriad of other services we offer, please call us at 800-321-8293. We're here for you.
Bobcat fans, the Hugh White family of dealerships is your hometown Athens dealer. And to show our commitment to the community, we're offering free car washes for Ohio University students and faculty, as well as college grad discounts with all of our new brands. But that's not all. We provide free concierge service for faculty. We'll pick up your vehicle and drop it back off after service. Take advantage of our leases at under $200 per month. Come visit us on North Columbus Road, less than 5 minutes from campus, or online at visithughwhite.com. And remember, if the deal is right, it must be Hugh White.
Top side for Ohio to begin the bottom of the third. Back with Sam Spinelli, Jay Cremata with you. Jordan Bowes, our producer. Thanks for sticking with us through game 1 and here in the bottom of the third in game 2. Bobcats 2, Bowling Green nothing. Allie Inglett, Carolyn Spacek, and Megan McMenemy all due up this inning for Ohio. And the first pitch from Sydney Stepp to Allie Inglett is lined through the left side hole, a base hit. And Allie Inglett starts inning number 3 for Ohio with a leadoff single. Her 22nd hit of the year, tied for the Bobcats high. Coming off that dislocated shoulder, Sam, and you really felt for Allie. She probably could have won against Ohio State, but smartly, I mean, the coaches wanted to save her for the series that matters. It's this one.
I totally get that, saving her for MAC play and making sure that she's good to go, because that was a scary sight to watch during that Marshall game. I thought that she was way more seriously hurt, that we actually thought that she might have broke her wrist.
Allie Inglett breaks for second base. The throw gets into center field. She's in with a stolen bag, and my goodness, Ohio has ran all over these BG catchers today. Spacek did swing through the pitch. It's 0-1. But Allie Inglett, another stolen base for her this season. That's now 13 for her this year. And Allie in her career has made a living off of stealing bags. 78 career stolen bases. She's closing in on Taylor Saxton on the all-time list as Spacek takes low and in. T-Sax had 83 stolen bags back from 2014 to 18. She's second all time, and Inglet sits third. And also, Allie Inglet's 214th career hit. Off-speed pitch, low and outside, 2-1. Inglet is chasing Jen Morris's 257 hits from the mid to late 90s. Not the tallest task in the world. 214, 257, there could be. 2-1 pitch, outside edge, called the strike. But Inglet missing some time due to that dislocated shoulder. That hurts a little bit. It hurts the odds. Spacek looking for her first hit today. Struck out 3 times in game 1. Grounded out back to the pitcher her first time up in game 2. Here's the 2-2 pitch. High.
Allie's looking.
Yeah. 3-2. No outs. Runner on second base for Ohio. That second inning started off with a Analia Paoli triple. Then Sophia Bernard reached on an error on the third baseman. RBI single from Brooke Rice. She lines one to the shortstop, Bailey, who makes the catch. Bailey's sample hit right at her. She didn't have to do much. Sample collects out number 1 for BG. The pitcher her first time up. The pitch. Outside and low. It's a strike.
The fans are not happy about that.
Yeah, our rowdied fans. Having a blast to our left. Nothing in 1 the count. 1 down. Runner on second base. 2-0 Ohio lead in the bottom of the third. The pitch. Yanks it foul. Hits the fencing of our facility beyond the sidewall and over the hill. Can we mic these guys up? Nothing in 2 the count to McMenemy. Here's the 0-2. Low. Megan McMenemy extended her hit streak to 7 last game. Now a hit in 8 of her last 9. Oh, beg your pardon, did she get hit? She's down at first base. She went down to first base. Maybe she thought that was, I have no idea. Maybe she thought she got hit and went down to first base. No clue, but she's at the plate. The count's 1-2, so beats me. Runner on second base, 1 down. The pitch. Upstairs, 2-2. Well, Analia Paoli's music started playing, and I thought, wait a minute. Sydney Stepp inside the circle, ready to go. The 2-2 pitch. Hit in the air to left and out of play. Still 2-2 to the 5th year. Ohio State transfer, now Bobcat. Third base dugout doing whatever cheer they're doing right now to encourage McMenemy. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here it comes. She just laid the bat on the ball and hit it foul and on top of our press box roof. She stays alive at the plate. That's all that matters.
This has been a pretty long at-bat.
Yeah, it has, and she continues to battle.
And there goes that kid you mentioned the first game. He's collected every single ball.
Yeah, every single foul ball. Someone's going to sleep well tonight, running around all this time. The 2-2. Laser to the left side. Down for a base hit in the gap. Around third. Here comes Allie England. She's going to score without a throw. And into second base with the standing doubles, Megan McMenemy. 21 hits this year for McMenemy. Now 10 RBIs. And Ohio leads Bowling Green 3-0. And Analia Paoli, who tripled back in the second, steps in. 3 runs off 4 Ohio hits and a BG error. And Sarah Willis out of the first base dugout. I think we may have a pitching change. Yep, here it comes. And we'll tell you about our new pitcher after this break. Ohio 3, Bowling Green nothing. We step aside for a quick break on the Ohio Sports Network from Learfield.
Whether you're coming to Athens to root on the Bobcats, visiting friends and family, or just in town for business, the Hampton Inn in Athens wants to be your home away from home. With 86 sparkling rooms, complimentary high-speed internet, hot breakfast served each morning, and a spa and business center, you can expect a great night's stay with service that will bring you back. Visit us on the web at hamptoninn.com. That's hamptoninn.com. And go Bobcats!
If you're traveling to a game, a weekend road trip, or just around town, you need to stop at GoMart. You'll find a GoMart open 24 hours a day right off the interstate or right off Main Street in your local community. You can refuel your ride with quality gasoline and also yourself with popular snacks, drinks, and more. We're making it easy to keep up with your busy schedule by keeping you on the go. GoMart is the proud sponsor of Ohio Bobcat football.
Go for good times. Go for GoMart.
Bowling Green calls the number of Kiara Hurley into the pitcher's circle to face Ohio the rest of the way. The 5'5 senior from Maumee, Ohio, last pitched a game against Northern Illinois in a losing affair for Bowling Green in that contest. They lost 5-3, and Hurley was given the loss, her second loss on the year. ERA of 3.84. As Analia Paoli steps in to face Kiara Hurley. Unofficial numbers for Sydney Stepp, 2 1/3 innings of work, 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 were earned. Did not walk a batter, did not strike out a batter. Paoli hits a drive into left center field. Ranging is Les Perrance. She makes the catch for out number 2. Hard shot by Paoli, but Les Perrance was able to make a play. So now Paoli 1 for 2 today, and Sophia Bernard, who reached on an error her last time up, steps in. On second base right now is Megan McManamy. 2 down, bottom half of the third, and Ohio leads Bowling Green 3-0. Hurley's numbers this year, 3.84 ERA. She's 3-2 this year, her 11th appearance. 31 innings of work, 40 hits, 22 runs, 17 earned, 7 walks, 17 Ks. Opponents hit nearly 300 against her, the left-hander. Throws an off-speed over the plate for strike 1 for Sophia Bernard, 0-1. Hurley is a North Carolina Central transfer. Throws up. Ball 1 to Bernard. She was the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference preseason pitcher of the year and was named to the first team, all-conference first team. Became the first NCCU player to ever be named All-MEAC honors twice. Ground ball to short, throw over to first, and there's out number 3. Bernard's down on the 6-3 put out to Sample. Sample across the diamond to Weber. 3-0 Ohio adds to their lead thanks to an RBI double by Megan McManamy. She scored Allie Inglet. We head to the 4th on the Ohio Sports Network from Learfield.
Jumpstart your day at the Fairfield Inn & Suites in Athens. Enjoy complimentary hot breakfast, then unwind on our beautiful outdoor patio, which includes a gas fire pit and barbecue grill. Conveniently located on East State Street, just a short drive from the Ohio University campus and uptown Athens, the Fairfield Inn & Suites is situated near many shopping and dining venues. At the Fairfield Inn & Suites, you're our #1 priority. Call 740-589-5839 to book your next visit to Athens, or find us online at fairfieldinn.com.
Hi, this is Jared Dean with Dean Heating and Cooling. As your local Tempstar dealer, you can experience superior home comfort with Tempstar game-changing technology. Whether you need a fall tune-up or a midwinter repair call, our expert technicians will make sure your heating system is running at peak performance. Count on Dean Heating and Cooling and Tempstar to keep you cozy all winter long. Find us online at deanheatingandcooling.com, and go Cats!
Three-0 ball game. Ohio on top of Bowling Green. Game 2 of our doubleheader. Bobcats walked off in game 1. Yasmin Logan, line drive down the left field lines, scored the winning run in the bottom of the 7th. And Ohio, through 3 innings, leads 3-0. Bailey Sample leads the Falcons off in the 4th. Reagan Williamson on deck. Lexi Carver in the hole. The pitch to Sample, scorched foul, almost took the head off of one of her teammates in the first base dugout. Look out.
They all just ducked. That was all really. They all just went down super fast.
That's honestly all they could really do, hide behind that guardrail to shield them in case that happens. Kofelt ready, the pitch. Foul tipped back to the screen. 0-2 to Bailey Sample.
This has proved to be a great game so far for Kylie.
It really has. I mean, Kofelt came into today 2-7. An ERA of over 6.5. Opponents hit .368 against her. Sample half swings one down the third base line, foul. Checked at it. Count stays 0-2. Cold day in Athens. Overcast. Stadium lights are on to provide a little more light. Not much around today. Here's the 0-2 off the plate.
We were just talking earlier about how the weather we had here on Tuesday in Athens was perfect for softball weather, and it has since dropped about 20 degrees since then.
Yeah, that's Ohio in April. Oh, I should say March. Late March, early April. You're going to get these bipolar days. The 0-2, I should say the 1-2, misses inside, counts even.
Mother Nature keeps us on our toes.
She's something. But yeah, we're supposed to be like this the rest of the weekend and early next week. Sample puts the bat on the ball, foul, right side. Just amazing how a couple days difference, maybe shorts and a t-shirt. A couple days later, all these fans with their hot chocolate or coffee, whatever it is they got from the concession stand today, beanie hats, winter coats, blankets, the 2-2. Hit again right side and foul. And our boss, Mike Schulze, he backed away from it. He was complaining the other day that some people weren't being aggressive with these foul balls and making catches, and he backs away from that?
Unbelievable.
That, Samantha, is what we call hypocrisy.
Unbelievable.
Ran away, couldn't make a play. The 2-2, hit on the ground to second. Juhas there, bad hop on her, gets between her legs. And Bailey Samples aboard first safely.
You saw Tori Walker run back up there to help her get it.
E4. And now Reagan Williamson comes up to the dish. We may have another pinch runner from Coach Willis and the Falcons. Chatting with our home plate umpire. Let's see. I don't see any Falcons ready to get out of the dugout. Guess not. They're going to keep Sample at first. And Williamson still at the plate. So here we go. The DP steps in. Walked her first go around, back in the second. And Kofelt sets. She's ready to go. The pitch. Hit on the ground, up the middle and through into center field for a base hit. And now runners on first and second base for Bowling Green here in the fourth. Here comes that offense we've been waiting for all afternoon. I guess you could say we saw it in the top of the seventh last game, but Ohio was able to walk off for the win.
We definitely didn't see it this early in the last game.
Here's the key thing too, Sam. No outs, runners on first and second. That was actually BG's first hit today. They've had two base runners back in the second due to walks. The pitch to Lexi Carver, up and away, and a strike.
She's a redshirt freshman, played 2 seasons at Louisville, but got injured in 2021.
And hurt in 2021. Came to Bowling Green, having a pretty good season for the Falcons. Another pitch off, this time off the plate, ball one. I'd say pretty good season. 260 hitter, 13 hits. 3 multi-hit games this year. Leads the MAC in walks per game. She had a sack bunt her first time up. She also leads the conference in sack bunts, a contest. Honestly, I know it's a 2-1 count here, but with no outs, runners on first and second. Sack bunt wouldn't be a bad idea, but why not swing away? The 2-1 deal. Hit to the right side. Uhas ranges to her left, gloves, throws, and there's an out. Well, I guess that was just as good as a sack bunt.
The Bobcats needed that out right there because bases loaded and no outs is a scary feeling.
Yeah, runners on second and third now with Peyton Ham at the dish. She walked back in the second. And the lefty steps in with no official at bat today. She finds a gap. The deficit's probably 1-0. Peyton Ham last year hit just 183 in 35 games and 32 starts. This year she's a lot better at 235, but she hacks and misses. Throw down to third base, not in time. But statistically, her sophomore year was her best. Hit 299, 35 hits, 18 ribbies, 8 doubles, pair of triples, and a pair of long balls. The 1-1 off the plate from Kylie Kofelt, 2-1. Dad played baseball at Wright State, so the bat and the ball in the family. Big spot here. And an attempt to put BG on the board here in game 2 in the top of the fourth. She hits it on the ground up the middle. Uhas gloves, looks back the runner, throws to first for out number 2. So BG did not want to test the arm of Uhas at second base.
Probably a smart decision.
Yeah, maybe. She is a freshman. They opted to play conservative, but you do have Sophie Weber at the dish who's swinging 333. So I guess pick your poison. Pitch runs high, 1-0.
And with no runs yet, do they take that gamble and try to get one to put themselves on the board or not and say, hey, we really need it, let's wait until we know for sure we can get it?
Well, Bailey Sample's on third. Maybe not the fastest person on this team. So it makes sense to hold her. Another pitch low, 2 balls and no strikes. Here's a 2-0 from Kofelt. Strike call, low and away. 3-0 ball game. Ohio on top of BG. Trying to go 2-0 today against the Falcons. Series finale tomorrow. So they would take the series if this lead holds, but BG with 2 outs has runners on second and third. The pitch, swing and a miss. Oh no, I think it was tipped.
Looking at the weather tomorrow, it's going to be interesting if they're able to get that game in. It's supposed to be very chilly here in Athens.
I think colder than it is today with the wind chill. That's even colder than right now. And a chance of snow. The field's already, I think, a bit wet, we heard, from the rain that happened last night. Pitch is fouled to the third base dugout. And Weber continues to battle at home plate.
Yes, snow would definitely not be a very conducive weather for softball. Most weathers actually aren't.
2-2 the count, 2 gone. 2 on, second and third for BG, down 3-0. The pitch. Slapped foul right side. Big spot for Bowling Green here, down 3-0. And runners right where they want them, second and third. Kofelt trying to get out of the jam. Here's the 2-2. Lifted to the right side and out of the facility. And now we have a race between 2 young fans to go after that foul ball. A young man and a young woman. Oh boy.
Who came away with it?
I guess we'll find out after the break. Looks like our young man did. The 2-2. Swung on the ground to third. Diving stop is McMenemy. She has no play. Bowling Green scores a run. Great diving stop by McMenemy. She saved another run from coming in. RBI single for Sophie Weber. Her 6th RBI of the year. Bailey Sample scored from third. Williamson's up to third from second. And now runners are on the corners with Sarah Gonzalez. Never mind, it won't be Gonzalez. Madison Hendricks coming in to pinch hit. So number 5 at the dish.
Hendricks broke the school record for most homers in a season and a career, so she gets the right pitch to get someone out of here.
Oh, yeah. Of course. I think we're seeing some raindrops come down.
I thought I had a couple water droplets on my phone.
Kofelt deals. High and wide for ball 1. We did see Hendricks back in game 1. She was 0 for 3, struck out twice, and was robbed of a hit by Ohio center fielder Allie Inglett. Here's the 1-0. Strike call outside corner. Ohio trying to keep this a 2-run game. They lead 3-1. This inning started, Bailey Sample reached on an error on Uhas at second base. Reagan Williamson then singled afterward, and Sophie Weber RBI singled to bring him around, bring one run around at least. Here's a loft right field line, curling foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs for BG. Top half of the 4th. They're finally on the board. Down 3-1 to Ohio. Runners on first and third, and the pinch hitter, Hendricks, at the dish. We'll see if she comes in for Gonzalez at third or not. Here's the 1-2. Upstairs, she leaves it. Good eye, 2-2. Kofelt's ready. The 2-2 delivery. In the dirt, gets to the backstop. Runner moves from first to second. Weber on the wild pitch. We're going to go wild pitch. Unofficially, of course. Payoff pitch coming up. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 gone. Runners on second and third for BG. Down 2, the pitch. Ball 4. Bases loaded for BG. Third walk today for Kofelt. Her 19th walk this year. And another stoppage in play.
Suddenly these innings that were moving pretty fast are not moving so fast anymore. Lots of hits, lots of action.
Yeah. Sarah Willis going to call for another pinch runner. Can't see a number on that, Samantha. Do you? I think it's, Sarah Gonzalez is going to re-enter.
Looks
Okay.
like it's 13.
Yeah, so Sarah Gonzalez is going to re-enter for Madison Hendricks. If you're not familiar with the re-entry rule, a player can exit the game and come back. So Gonzalez back in this game to run, bases loaded, 2 gone. Winnie Reed at the dish. She lofts one into shallow right, down for a base hit. Walker bobbles it. 1 run comes to score. So does the second. Throw over to second base is not in time. BG's tied this game up. Call that a single and advance to second on the throw. Williamson scores, as does Weber. All the way to third is Sarah Gonzalez. And Falcons are making some noise here in the 4th. Kenzie Roark out on the circle trying to have a chat with her team. And we're back topside with Greta L'Esperance. Tie game 3-3, top of the 4th. Falcons have flown back in this game. L'Esperance 0 for 2 today. Steps up. 2 ground outs for L'Esperance in game 2. And a slight drizzle now.
The rain is starting to pick up.
Yeah, just a bit. Righty on lefty. First pitch to L'Esperance. Upstairs. Ball 1. Just 3 RBIs this year for Greta. Chance to give BG their first lead in either game today. The 1-0. Show a bunt. She lays it down foul, third base line. And Brooke Rice and Analia Paoli again. Chest bump as Paoli returns the softball back to Kofelt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runners on second and third. The opportunity for BG to take their first lead all day. Tied up at 3. The pitch. Outside. Strike 2. Kofelt trying to get out of the jam. Eyes up, Roark. Bends both knees. Right foot on the rubber. Ready to go. Bounces twice. The 1-2. Low and away. BG knocking on the door. 2-2's the count. 2 gone. Here it comes. Upstairs, L'Esperance leaves it be. Full count. 2 down. The go-ahead runs at second and third for the Falcons. Tie game 3-3, top of the 4th. Kofelt ready. The payoff pitch. Fouls it behind home plate. At-bat continues. And the drizzle starting to come down more consistently here in Athens. Cover the equipment while we can. Payoff coming up again to L'Esperance. Here it is. Ball 4, bases reloaded for BG. Uh-oh. Peyton Doles approaches the plate. 4th walk of the game for Kofelt, 2nd walk this inning. And Kenzie Roark out of the third base dugout.
Feel like I'm having deja vu. We were just here, 2 outs, bases loaded, and we're back again.
And Mackenzie Cole out of the third base dugout. She will replace Kofelt. And we'll allow Mackenzie Cole to warm up with the bases loaded, 2-out situation, tie game 3-3. Let's step aside for one quick break on the Ohio Sports Network from Learfield.
Voice of the Bobcats, Russ Eisenstein, on behalf of David White Services, the largest heating and cooling dealer in Southeast Ohio. They've been the choice of thousands for over 45 years. Offering the most efficient Lennox heat pumps, air conditioners, and furnaces, David White Services can save you money on your heating and cooling bills.
Thanks, Russ. I'm David White.
And I'm Esther White Thomas, inviting you to call us today to schedule a free estimate for heating and cooling or a new guest.
David White Services is a proud sponsor of Ohio Bobcat Athletics.
Slight drizzle coming down as Mackenzie Cole, the rain and the drizzle in her face as she warms up and gathers her team inside the circle. 3-3 ball game, Sam Spinelli, big spot here. We saw Mackenzie Cole earlier in game one. She had one of the best games she's pitched all year.
She did, and this is a scary spot to be thrown into right now. 2 outs. We've been in this inning for a while. Top of the fourth. They've scored 3 runs already. This is not an ideal situation for Mackenzie Cole, and she's looking to get her team out of it right now.
Kofeld's unofficial numbers, 3 2/3 innings of work, 3 hits, 3 runs, 2 were earned. She walked 4, struck out 2. Bases loaded, 2 gone, with Peyton Dulles at the plate. BG has not taken a lead at all today, including in game 1. First pitch upstairs, and it's ball 1. Should say the runs and the earned runs for Kofeld still technically out on the bases, so she could be charged for more. Here's the 1-0 from Cole. Strike call at the knees. Counts even. Mackenzie Cole last game threw a gem. Complete game. Allowed 1 run off 5 hits. She struck out 7. The pitch. Low and in for ball 2. But BG 60 feet away from taking their first lead today. And if you're Peyton Dulles, just take your time. Let the pitches come to you. The 2-1 deal. Hit in the air to deep left field. Going back is Logan at the track. She reaches up to make the catch. Bobcats get out of the bases loaded jam. We are even at 3. Home half of the 4th coming up next on the Ohio Sports Network from Learfield.
Okay, people, we all know what's at stake in this game. Zoe, what's at stake?
Our futures.
Our futures. And is anything gonna keep us from achieving our goal?
No way.
Because what do we have?
The plan.
Ohio's 529 plan. Because in this family, how do we play the college savings game?
Tax-free.
And where do we play it?
I don't know, Daddy.
That's okay, Pumpkin.
Want to win at college savings? Go to collegeadvantage.com/Bobcats.
Together is a wonderful place to be. That's why CareSource is devoted to keeping you and your family healthy and happy. We promise you not only reliable health care, but also a helping hand with whatever your family needs to succeed. It's why more moms in Ohio choose CareSource for Medicaid than all other plans combined. Things only get better when we work together. And together, there's nothing we can't do. We are one. Learn more at caresource.com.
Kiara Hurley still inside the circle for BG, and if you're Kiara Hurley, you love what your offense did last inning to tie this game up at 3. And BG scored 3 runs on 3 hits and an error. However, they had the bases loaded and a chance to take the lead, Samantha Spinelli, but we're even at 3, and Tori Walker to begin things for Ohio.
That was a scary last inning for the Bobcats. Top of the 4th. Bowling Green scored 3 runs when initially they had the 3-0 lead, and now the game is tied. So this is going to be an interesting bottom of the 4th. My apologies.
No, you're fine. Home half of the 4th against the lefty. Hurley hurls it in there for a strike. 0-1 for Tori Walker. Popped out to the shortstop her first time up. That drizzle we were talking about seemed to just be a 5 to 10 minute thing. We're fine, but it's still cold as heck here, and you know that cold is affecting everybody out on the field. Pitch thrown low, 1-1.
Not only is it physically harder to play when it's cold outside, but it's mentally harder too. I mean, it affects everything. You're cold, and it's not so easy. You're not as loose as you are when it's warm, so.
1-1's an off speed that finishes high. Yeah, and then, I mean, you're right. I mean, you're a little tenser because your muscles just don't feel as loose. Everything's colder. The wind's in your face, too. I mean, it's blowing out towards the outfield. Your nose is sniffling. I mean, ours are. The 2-1, swing and a miss.
It's been cold up here, but I've got a blanket. The girls out there don't, so.
Oh, yeah, you do have a blanket. Cool.
Yep.
I don't.
Got to invest in a blanket, Jake. We talked about the Ohio weather here.
Yeah, it's as up and down gets. The 2-2 deal to Walker. Lifts it in the air to the right side and on top of the roof of the first base dugout. So Walker's at bat will continue. Hitting 6th in Ohio's lineup. Yasmin Logan on deck and Brooke Rice in the hole. Talked about Tori Walker transferring from Winthrop. Took a gap year and then called Coach Rowe to say, hey, my sister plays for you. I want to play with my sister. Getting her master's degree in coaching and administration. The 2-2. Bounces in the dirt. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
It's awesome to see how many student athletes here at Ohio go that route of staying an extra year, getting their master's, especially in coaching.
Yeah.
We see a lot of that, so it's great that Tori is doing the same.
Well, you feel bad for her, too, because she was at Wright State at first, but they cut the program. Then she went to Winthrop and did some damage. Man, you really hate when kids' opportunity are taken away from them from universities that cut programs. She draws a walk. Pitch missed high. That's the first walk today for Kiara Hurley. And Yasmin Logan steps in. How about the finish we had in game 1, all thanks to her, down the left field line, and gave her team the win.
I was just about to say, if I'm Kiara Hurley, I'm not excited that Yasmin Logan is up to bat because she proved to be an excellent member of the team when she hit the winning hit basically for the last game.
3rd multi-hit game earlier today. Pitch is in there for a strike. Grounded out to second, her first time up in the second. And Yaz, she's been around the program. Saw action in 24 games last year. Although she only had 15 at-bats, 2 hits, and those 15 ABs. The pitch misses high. Just kind of came off the hand wrong of Kiara Hurley. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hurley set, she's ready to go. Here's the 1-1. Inside, edges the inner portion of the plate too. 1-2. And Yasmin hit .689 as a junior in high school.
That's insane.
2-time captain, 4-time letter winner. She's now reached base in 8 of the last 11 contests, and she's scored in 4 of them. Hits one the other way, right side through the first baseman's glove. They throw to second for 1, and Yaz is safe on first. Although, I don't know. Ashley Taylor at first base says that Tori Walker's safe at second, and she is. Wow. Willis out of the first, Coach Willis, rather, out of the first base dugout. She has some, she needs an explanation here. And honestly, I do too. I don't know if Bailey Sample's foot was not on the bag. The throw was definitely in time. It's just interesting to me. I have no clue.
My only thought would be that she didn't touch the bag, which would be the only reason that Tori would be safe. I'm really confused why Tori's not out.
And Willis is getting her explanation. Coach Willis, rather. Wish we could read lips from here. But either way, Tori Walker's safe at second, and Logan is safe at first. I wonder what we're calling that. What are we scoring that, Sarah? Fielder's choice. And she reached on interference. Okay. Okay, we're going to roll with that then. All right, so we're going to assume safe at second on interference and safe at first, fielder's choice.
And that's why we have Sarah Legarski to our right to tell us what we don't know.
It is. It is. SIDs are saviors, including Bowling Green's SID, Mike.
Go thank your SID if you haven't. They do a lot.
Wonderful notes, too, by the way, on the Bowling Green side of things. Awesome bios, great information. Really loved learning about Bowling Green these past couple of days. And Coach Willis, I think, is summoning somebody out of the bullpen. She is. So we'll tell you about the new pitcher when we come back. If we can, we will. Let's take a short break just for this pitching change. It's a 3-3 ball game, bottom half of the fourth on the Ohio Sports Network from Learfield.
Together is a wonderful place to be. That's why CareSource is devoted to keeping you and your family healthy and happy. We promise you not only reliable health care, but also a helping hand with whatever your family needs to succeed. It's why more moms in Ohio choose CareSource for Medicaid than all other plans combined. Things only get better when we work together. And together, there's nothing we can't do. We are one. Learn more at caresource.com.
Get your ice cold Bud Light Seltzer here. Even though you can't go to the game, doesn't mean the game can't be brought to you now, hip. Just go to budlight.com/delivery. That's budlight.com/delivery.
Give me 2 mangoes.
Coming at you. It's a little short. Ow. Sorry. You know what? I'm just going to walk them over to you.
Whenever there's a game to watch, there's a Bud Light there. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, and Bud Light Seltzer. IRC Beer in Texas, St. Louis, Missouri.
A familiar face for Bowling Green. Peyton Gottschall out of the pen to pitch to Ohio here in Game 2 in the bottom half of the fourth inning. We were tied up at 3, and we had a pitcher's war in Game 1, and both pitchers from Game 1 are pitching now in Game 2. Excuse me, as Kiara Hurley pitched 2/3 of an inning. Allowed a hit, no hits, no runs, just 1 walk and no Ks. So Gottschall will face Brooke Rice, who singled and brought in a run her first time up back in the second inning. She has runners at first and second here. No outs, shows bunt, lays it down first base side. Weber gloves and throws out Brooke Rice at first. Sack bunt for the 5th year, and the runners advance to second and third.
This is a familiar scene. We might have a pitcher's duel again.
Yeah, we might, but Lauren Uhas comes up with the opportunity to give her team back the lead. Uhas ended the second inning on a fielder's choice. As Gottschall ready to go, the pitch, swing and a miss. 0-1. Uhas struck out looking and also popped out to the catcher back in Game 1. She only had 2 at-bats. 7 hits this year, 2 RBIs. This is a big spot for the freshman in the home half of the fourth. The pitch, swing and a miss, chases upstairs. And Gottschall's quickly gotten Uhas in an 0-2 count.
This would be a great time to get Uhas up to that 3rd RBI. Bring that runner on third home. Give the Bobcats the lead.
Allie Inglett in the top of the order on deck for Ohio with 1 out. The pitch, high. This time Uhas leaves it alone. Oh, 0 for 3 against Ohio State last. She was 3 for 5 in the Buffalo series. The 1-2, fouls it off, stays alive. Special, too, that Yuhas, her freshman year, she's been a consistent one in the lineup. Playing second base, that's no joke at the D1 level. It's a tough position to play in. The 1-2, upstairs again. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, like you were mentioning, second and shortstop are 2 positions that see a lot of action. And as a freshman, that is no easy task.
In case you missed, game 1, Gottschall was, even though she got the loss, she pitched really well. Foul tip at the plate, 2-2 still. Gottschall pitched 7 innings, 4 hits. She allowed 2 runs. 1 of them was earned. In fact, the game-winning run was not earned. Sophia Bernard in that 7th inning reached on an error. Gottschall walked 2, struck out 9. She was awesome, despite taking the loss. Sometimes that happens. The 2-2 is lifted the other way, foul, right side. And Yuhas is battling at the plate. She gets encouragement from Coach O'Rourke down the third base line.
Yeah, like you mentioned, Jake, 9 strikeouts. And so even though the Falcons lost that game, definitely a game to be proud of for Gottschall.
Gottschall ready. The 2-2. Another foul back to the screen. Yuhas is on it.
She's doing her best to stay alive.
Hannah Davies, number 12, warming up for BG in the bullpen if needed. Boy, here in game 2, BG's gone through their not whole bullpen yet. I believe Davies would be the last one. Here's the 2-2. Low outside for ball 3. Yuhas has worked the full count. Runners on second and third for Ohio. Bottom half of the 4th. 3-3 ball game. Bowling Green tied it up last inning. An error. 3 hits, couple of walks. The pitch hit down the third base line, bobbled by Gonzalez, decides to throw home. The throw is in time. Walker's called out. And Coach Roark from the third base dugout walks down the line. I think she may have something to say about this. Even Tori Walker said she was safe. That's out number 2, call time. Walker broke from third when she saw that Gonzalez juggled the ground ball. Out number 2, Logan is still at second, and Yuhas is aboard first on the fielder's choice, and we're back to the top of the lineup for Ohio. Allie Inglet singled, stole a base, and scored back in the 3rd. Two outs. 2 on for Ohio, first and second. Inglet chases upstairs for strike 1. Ohio's most consistent hitter this year, the .350 hitter at the dish. Here's the 0-1. Popped up, first base side, foul grounds, and Weber's there to make the catch. There's the end of the 4th inning. Ohio leaves a couple of stranded. We are still tied up at 3. Visitors half of the 5th. Bowling Green up next on the Ohio Sports Network from Learfield.
Plan your next visit to stand up and cheer for your Ohio Bobcats in Athens County, Ohio. Visit AthensOhio.com, the best resource for where to eat, where to stay, where to shop, and where to play. Athens County is home to countless trails and outdoor activities. Enjoy mountain biking, kayaking, rock climbing, and hiking. Find your own adventure. Cruise the Hockhocking Adena Bikeway. Mountain bike the Bailey's Trail System. Hike trails less traveled at Stroud's Run State Park. Or ride 9 thrilling motorcycle routes on Ohio's Windy 9. We can't wait to see you in Athens County, Ohio.
Even at 3, we enter the 5th inning at OSF. We had a great Game 1 finish, and Game 2 is kind of teasing to be a great one as well. Bobcats led 3-0 headed into the 4th, and then Bowling Green off an error and 3 hits back in the 4th inning tied the game up. They did leave the bases loaded, however. They had the opportunity a few times to take their first lead of the day. That's including in game 1. Start off with Bailey Sample, and Sample led off back in that 4th inning. Williamson on deck, Carver in the hole. First pitch fouled off to the right. 0-1 to start. Sample 0 for 2 today, even though she reached and scored on an error back in the 4th. I should say she reached on an error and scored on the Sophie Weber RBI. Here's the 0-1. Hit on the ground hard to Paoli, dives, can't come up with it, and Sample is going to be safe at first. I think that's a hit. We're going to give it to him. All right. Bailey Sample's 18th hit this year, and her first here in game 2. So she's 1 for 3. Williamson at the dish, takes ball 1. Reagan Williamson singled back in the 4th inning. She walked in the 2nd, putting together a pretty nice game 2. Here's the 1-1. Outside corner, 1-2.
We talked earlier about their descriptions on the Bowling Green website, and one thing that I noticed is that they said that she has exploded in 2022, and her stats clearly prove that. Before coming into this game, she batted a .368 average, and as a sophomore, that's really, really good.
1-2 is pummeled high and deep to left field. You can kiss it goodbye. Oh, it's all the way up the batting cage's roof and left. She kissed the moon, and she's about to touch them all at home plate. Home run number 5 this year for Williamson, and BG's got their first lead today, 5-3 in the top half of the 5th.
And the explosion continues.
Yeah, talk about explosions. Sheesh. Lexi Carver now at the dish. First pitch to her. Upstairs for ball 1. And for the first time today, Ohio's going to have to battle from behind. Five to 3 game. BG up 2. The pitch. Outside. Strike 1. Mackenzie Cole this year, she's given up quite a bit of long balls. 1 home run a game. Down in the dirt. 2 balls. 1 strike. She's allowed the most home runs in the MAC as well, Mackenzie Cole. A lot of that, too, is just being put through a gauntlet. That was the non-conference schedule. The 2-1, high, 3 balls and a strike.
Some of these teams have a brutal non-conference schedule, and it really warms them up for MAC play.
Some of the toughest lineups that they saw were in non-conference play. And nothing against the MAC, but Ohio won't see lineups top to bottom like that the rest of the year. Cole hits the zone, low and outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Cole's ready. The 3-2. Swing and a miss. Cole's first strikeout in her relief outing. And there's 1 down for BG here in the 5th. Peyton Ham, 0 for 1 in game 2. Grounded out to second, last time up. And in the second, she walked. First pitch. Whoa. 1-0. Go ahead, Sam.
Ham started every single varsity game she played in high school. That is insane. Starting her freshman year.
It's impressive, especially as a freshman, to overtake some upperclassmen spots, be that talented. Strike call, low and outside, 1-1. In the Northern Series, she was 2 for 7, doubled and walked in game 2. 235 hitter coming into game 2 today. The 1-1 deal, ball 2 thrown. Ham did have the RBI double back in the 7th inning of last game to tie the game up at 1, but then Ohio walked it off. Pitch to her is lofted down the left field line. It lands for a base hit. And BG's offenses came to play here in game 2. 1-out single. 2-run home run by Reagan Williamson has given to BG a 2-run lead. 5-3 in the top half of the 5th. But Peyton Ham now, back-to-back games today with the hit. Putting together a nice little day. Nice little doubleheader day. Sophie Weber at the plate. Takes a first pitch strike, 0-1. This inning got started with the Bailey Sample single, and Williamson touched the moon. A two-hit game rather for Williamson, her 8th multi-hit game. Pitch finishes high, 1-1. Williamson does have 1 3-hit game. Williamson reached base in game 1 and again here in game 2, so now that's 12 straight games Williamson has reached the base paths. Strike 2 to Weber, who started the year 1 for 9. I know that's not a huge sample, but she's hitting .333 this year. It's her career best year. Last year she hit just 189. Pitch finishes too far off the plate to the righty, 2-2. Weber was 0 for 3 last game. That makes her 10 for 24 in her last 9 games. The 2-2 pops her up behind the dish. Brooke Rice pursues, makes the catch. There's out number 2. Runner on first, 2 gone. 5-3. BG's first lead all day on Ohio. Top half of the 5th inning. And Sarah Gonzalez does re-enter. Saying that because Madison Hendricks pinch hit for her back in the 4th. And then when Hendricks reached base, Gonzalez came back in via the re-entry rule. And she flares one to right and down, foul. And our student media TV crew had to move their camera out of the way of that foul ball. Now, those are some of the quickest reflexes I've seen from Kirby since ever. Oh, our poor student TV kids. First pitch to, I should say second pitch rather, to Gonzalez. It's 0-2.
Got to do what you got to do when your equipment's about to get hit.
You know what? Make the play. Forget the equipment. 0-2 the count. Here it comes. Hits her. Oh, no, not with an 0-2 count. You can't do that. Runners now on first and second. That hit Gonzalez in the left shoulder.
That hit her hard.
Well, going to be a bruise there tomorrow. Those never feel good either. Winnie Reed hitting 9th in this BG lineup. And a 2-out situation here. Runners on first and second. And a 2-run Bowling Green lead, top half of the 5th. And Mackenzie Cole staying composed in the circle. The pitch to Reed. Low. 1-0. And even after allowing that 2-run home run by Williamson, trying to stay mentally tough inside the circle, Brooke Rice comes out from behind the dish to chat with her senior teammate.
I mentioned before that not only is this game physically taxing, it's mentally taxing to the point where if you are able to get into your head throughout this game, it can affect the way that the game is going. And I feel like we're starting to see that right now after this home run that we just saw from the Falcons. It could easily get to you.
And Sarah Gonzalez, the athletic trainer for BG, came out to wiggle around that arm that got hit just to keep that muscle working a little bit so it just doesn't sit. Foul off to the right. It's a 1-1 count now to Winnie Reed, who recorded her 7th hit back in the 4th inning. She singled. Runners aboard, first and second base for BG. 5-3 ball game. Falcons on top of Ohio, top half of the 5th. And a 1-1 count to Reed. Cole just trying to get out of this inning and get the bats back up to the plate. Two, 3, 4 batters due up for Ohio this bottom half of the 5th. Throw down to second base, not in time from Brooke Rice. 2 balls and a strike. And today we haven't seen Gottschall, the pitcher for BG, pitch with the lead. Now we're going to next inning. She was fantastic in game 1, despite losing 2-1 in walk-off fashion. The pitch is hit to short. 1 hops to McMenemy, and the base runner goes around her. She flips to third for out number 3. Well, it was cute, but you're going to be out anyway. We go to the home half of the 5th. BG leads 5-3. We step aside after this on the Ohio Sports Network from Learfield.
The road to a championship is built on years of practice and hard work. That's true in basketball and the construction industry. The apprenticeship and upgrade training programs provided by the Athens Area Union Building Trades produces the workforce with the most modern skills and cutting-edge knowledge in the industry. The key to success to the Bobcats on the floor is the same as your choice on the work site. The winning move is working with members of the Athens Area Union Building Trades, proud sponsor of Ohio University basketball.
You got your go-tos, your standbys, even your favorites. But the beefy, cheesy burgers at McDonald's take you back to where it all began. Your Bite Zero, when you first tasted what a burger should be like. 2 perfectly seasoned beef patties stacked with a single slice of melty cheese on a golden bun. Now at McDonald's, get 2 McDouble burgers for $3. Whatever it is to you, classics are classics for a reason. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
Back in Athens, Bowling Green, their first lead all day today. The Falcons. And Williamson, 2-run shot back in the visitors' half of this 5th inning. Put her Falcons up 5-3. We head to the home half of the 5th. Carolyn Spacek, Megan McMenemy, and Analia Paoli all due up this inning. 2, 3, 4 batters due up. And if this is going to be the inning where you want to start a little bit of a rally, Samantha Spinelli, this is a good trio to do so.
Yeah, absolutely. These are some really fantastic hitters that we're about to have up here. And although Caroline has been performing like we usually do, that's no reason to say that she won't right now. And they could really use it now that they're down 2-0 the first time that they've been not leading so far today.
Peyton Gottschall at the, I should say, inside the circle, deals the first pitch ball to Spacek. Gottschall's had Spacek's number all day. She struck out Carroll 3 times back in game 1. And Spacek is 0 for 2 here in game 2. She's yet to see Gottschall since the first game. The 1-0 hit in the air, foul right side, 1-1. And our young fans in attendance, they are on foul ball duty. They, let's just say no foul ball will go unattended for today.
There's 3 girls this time. We got some new people joining in the mix.
Yeah, you like to see it. Spacek with a 1-1 count. The pitch. Skies it. Left side of the infield near the third base line. And making the catch, Gonzalez. Spacek, rough Saturday for her. She's 0 for 3 here in game 2. And Megan McMenemy, who homered off Gottschall back in game 1 and does have an RBI double here in game 2, steps in. Fans in attendance, and Ohio's third base dugout jumps along to the rhythm of McMenemy's walk-up song.
The third base dugout gets hyped to that song.
As do the fans, parents as well. The pitch inside, it misses. 1-0. Righty on lefty matchup.
Some of the younger fans going down to give Analia Paoli a fist bump before she has her at-bat next.
McMenemy fouls one off the mitt of the catcher, Carver. 1-1. McMenemy now hitting north of 300. After game one earlier, 20 hits, 2 homers. I should say she has 21 hits after her double earlier this game. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. She wanted to take that one deep. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 away for Ohio. They trail Bowling Green for the first time today, 5-3. The 1-2. Just a bit outside. Counts 2-2. The pitch. Slapped on the other way, down the left field line. Fair ball, and ricochets off Dolis in left. On her horse's second base, sliding is McMenemy. 1 out double, and her second double this game, Megan McMenemy. She has had a fantastic day as McMenemy now 7 doubles. Leads the way for Ohio in the doubles column. Analia Paoli, 1 for 2 in game 2. Tripled in the second, lined out to straightaway center her last time up. Gottschall checks her wrist, the pitch. Flares it left side, ranging back as Gonzalez catches it foul grounds, and Paoli disappointed in that at bat. Now it's up to Sophia Bernard to try to hit around Megan McMenemy, who had a 1-out double. And Bernard this year, I beg your pardon, today 0 for 2. Reached on an error on the third baseman. Back in the second, grounded out to short in the third. The pitch, outside. One and 0. Bernard seeing the ball well lately. Coach Rourke really loves her power at the plate, but she swings through and misses a pitch what would look like right down the pipe. In the last 6 games, Bernard 5 for 20, hitting .250, but 3 ribbies, 2 homers, and a double. The 1-1. Too far off the plate. 2 balls and a strike. Academic All-MAC last year, biology major. She wants to be a pediatrician. Gottschall sets. Here's the 2-1. Popped her up, jam job down the first base line. Caught by Weber, inning over. 3 pop-outs for Ohio in the 5th, and they trail Bowling Green still by 2, 5-3. We enter inning number 6 here in Athens on the Ohio Sports Network from Learfield.
You got your go-tos, your standbys, even your favorites. But the beefy, cheesy burgers at McDonald's take you back to where it all began. Your Bite Zero, when you first tasted what a burger should be like. 2 perfectly seasoned beef patties stacked with a single slice of melty cheese on a golden bun. Now at McDonald's, get 2 McDouble burgers for $3. Whatever it is to you, classics are classics for a reason. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
At People's Bank, our vision is to be the best community bank in America. We focus on building relationships with our clients and offering cutting-edge financial products. People's Bank is proud to support the local communities in which we work and live. This is Ashley Brown, People's Bank Vice President and Regional Manager, and we would love a chance to earn your business. People's Bank, working together, building success. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Heading into the 6th here in Athens. With Sam Spinelli, Jay Cremata with you. Jordan Bowes turning the dials for us as well. Our baseball team is also at Bowling Green. So baseball is happening there. I can't find a score at all from that game, but you know what? It is what it is. Bowling Green due up this inning, top of the order. It's 5-3 game. Les Perrance due up, and you can tell by the way the infield shifted as she checks one foul back to the screen. Greta Lesperance, 1 for 2 today, game 1, or 2 rather. Walked her last time up in the 4th inning to load up the bases. Here's the 0-1. Called a strike. Might have been a little off the plate, but who am I to argue that? 0-2 to the leadoff batter. Probably one of the best leadoff batters all across this conference. The 0-2 fouls it off. And slight drizzle beginning to fall again. Some of our stuff's getting wet up here.
Looks like that baseball game at Bowling Green was won by Bowling Green 14-2.
Oh.
According to their Twitter 10 minutes ago.
Oh. The 0-2 show a bunt down the third base line, but took a hot foul. No, never mind. I guess. Les Perrance was out. Was she out of the box? She must have been out of the box. That's so weird. Apologies for missing that one. Line drive, diving play. Carolyn Spacek robs Dulles of a hit down the line. Oh, what reflexes. 2 up, 2 down for BG here in the 6th.
She made it seem like it took nothing.
It's harder than it looks to do, I'll say that. Carroll with a great defensive play down the line, and Bailey Sample comes up to bat.
She did win MAC defensive team last year.
Yanks it foul. Spacek, yeah.
Yeah, she did.
Sample with a single back in the 5th. And I guess you can see why.
Plays like that.
The pitch. Low and outside. Ooh, it's a strike. I beg your pardon, 0-2. Bobcats 1 strike away from going 3 up, 3 down, and grabbing the bats again in the 6th. Bowling Green with the 5-3 advantage. Top of the 6th, the pitch. Off the plate, 1-2. Reagan Williamson's 2-run bomb out to left. She nearly took it over the roof out there in left that you can see on your screen. But she nearly took it over the roof. Landed at the tippity top. The 1-2 fouled back to the backstop. I mean, she didn't only leave OSF, but she literally almost left OSF and put one into the parking lot. Here's the 1-2 with 2 outs. Another foul. And Sample still at the plate, battling away.
What's interesting about OSF is there's literally cars surrounding it almost everywhere, so park at your own risk, I guess.
Yeah, that's why I never park around the softball field. You just can't. And those are the first spots that are normally taken in the mornings, and I say no. No, no. The 1-2 Low. Oh, the infield celebrated. They thought that was strike 3.
Fans are not happy with that call.
Yes, and was able to hear what Spacek said at first base. She said, oh, come on. Cole's going to have to deal another pitch. 2-2's the count, 2 outs, nobody on. BG leads Ohio by 2, 5-3. The pitch is swung on and skied to right center. Who's got it? The right fielder, Walker, under it. She makes the two-handed squeeze for out number 3. BG goes 3 up, 3 down in the 6th, and Ohio grabs the bats. They're down 2, 5-3 to BG. Home half of the 6th next on the Ohio Sports Network from Learfield.
Warehouse Tire in Athens is your locally owned and operated auto and truck tire center. At Warehouse Tire, we focus on customer service with a professional staff and a huge inventory of wheels and tires for a variety of applications, including farm and industrial. We feature top brands including Michelin, BF Goodrich, and Uniroyal. Warehouse Tire is also a full-service auto service shop. Let us help with all of your under-vehicle maintenance, including brakes, shocks, struts, and alignments. Visit Warehouse Tire on Hebbardsville Road in Athens or online at warehousetireinc.com.
Ticket Smarter is glad we are back to holding live events. If you are looking to buy tickets to the best sports, concerts, and theater events all at the very best price, look no further than Ticketsmarter.com or on the app. Buying tickets at TicketSmarter will help support children in need. For every ticket transaction on TicketSmarter, $1 will be donated to a children's charity. TicketSmarter is proud to be the official ticketing partner of Ohio University Athletics. TicketSmarter, a smarter way to buy tickets.
Ohio has found themselves in a 2-run deficit in Game 2 of their doubleheader with Bowling Green. Falcons in a 2-run home run after they tied the game up at 3. Have a 5-3 advantage. Bobcats with the bats in the home half of the 6th. Sam Spinelli, Jay Cremata back with you. Jordan Bowes running the stream today. Big thanks to everybody as Tori Walker lifts one down the left field line. It's fair and down for a leadoff base hit. Good start for Ohio as Tori Walker collects hit number 8 this year. And a leadoff single for the Bobcats, who trail by 2. And Yasmin Logan comes up to bat. Tori Walker, that's her first hit all day. She was 0 for 3 in Game 1. Yasmin Logan, 0 for 2 in Game 2. Hero in Game 1. Pitch finishes low. I guess at the knees, a strike. Yaz had a multi-hit game in Game 1. She was 2 for 3 with the game-winning RBI. Here's the 0-1. Upstairs, ball 1. It was Yasmin's third multi-hit game this year. The pitch. Low. Again. 2-1.
Yasmin's proved to be one of the best hitters so far in these last 2 games.
Yeah, of course. I mean, she was 3 for 7 at Buffalo, a double and a home run. She did go 0 for against Ohio State. She did have a walk in that game, though. The 2-1 popped her up in the infield. Who's got it? The second baseman, Reed, behind the pitcher's circle, makes the catch. But Logan, however, even though she's 0 for 3 today, she reached on a fielder's choice. Now that brings up Brooke Rice. Oh, I beg your pardon. Pinch hitter. Molly Troutman. In her 5th game played this year. Comes into bat for Brooke Rice, who had an RBI single back in the 2nd and a sac bunt in the 4th. So Molly Troutman, 143 hitter this year. Making note of this on our sheets. But Molly, just 7 at-bats this year. She has 1 hit.
She played and started all 26 games back in 2020.
Yeah, back in that shortened COVID year. She's a left-handed hitter. The runner on first base. The pitch. Outside. Hit the outer black of the plate. It's a strike. 0-1. Bobcats down 2 to Bowling Green in the home half of the 6th inning. Chilly day in Athens. Need your winter coat. Need a hat. Need gloves. And if you're Sam, you bring a blanket too. The pitch. Foul back to the backstop. 0-2.
The blanket was a great idea on my part.
Yeah, I mean, we're all freezing up here in our press area too. Slight rain here at times too. I mean, nothing that will delay the game, of course, but you feel it. Nothing worse than cold rain. Ugh.
Enough to make you annoyed.
Yes. The 0-2, high and wide. Tori Walker began this inning with a leadoff single, trying to cut this 2-run deficit for Ohio. Gottschall ready, the pitch. It's a strike. They throw it on to second base. It gets into center field. Walker almost broke for second. She retreats back to first. That was strike 3 to Troutman, though. Got her looking. And in Gottschall's relief job out of the pen this game 2, that's her first strikeout. Now Lauren Uhas at the dish. With Tori Walker on first. Ohio, they've left 5 runners on base up to this point. Tori Walker would be 6th. Uhas takes the ball up and away. Gottschall ready, the pitch. Hit on the ground, foul in front of Ohio's dugout. 1-1.
Walker was getting ready to run to second right there.
Might have been a hit and run call. 2 fielders' choices today for Uhas in game 2. She struck out twice in game 1. So she is 0 for her last 7. It's including the Ohio State game. The pitch. Again, high and out of the zone. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 gone for Ohio. Runner on first base. 5-3 deficit for Ohio against Bowling Green in game 2. Williamson's 2-run shot to left for BG put the Falcons ahead for the first time today. Pitch in the dirt. Walker breaks for second base. Head first slide, not in time. So Tori Walker is in scoring position at second base. Here's the 3-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 gone. Runner at second for Ohio, down 5-3 to BG. Gottschall sets the payoff. Ball 4, no, strike 3 call. What a delayed call. It finished upstairs. Ohio coaches not happy. And we go to the 7th in Athens. BG 5, Ohio 3 on the Ohio Sports Network from Learfield.
Located on 741 East State Street, Steak and Shake is serving up handmade milkshakes, fresh pressed steak burgers, and crispy shoestring fries cooked right to order. Kick off your day with our breakfast served until 11 a.m. And don't forget to join us for happy hour drinks and shakes on weekdays from 2 p.m. till 5 p.m.
Left corner for 3, bang! And oh baby, what a first half it's been.
In sight, it must be right. We'll see you there at Steak and Shake Athens.
If you can dream it, you can do it. Maybe your dream is to have a vacation cabin in the woods. Or maybe your dream is to open up a cat cafe.
Who ordered the milk?
At Ohio University Credit Union, your dreams are our dreams, and we have the money to lend that will make them a reality. OUCU offers great loan rates, flexible terms, and fast responses on your application. Not a member? You can join. Really? Stop by a branch or visit oucu.org. Equal housing opportunity. Loan subject to credit approval. Fairly insured by NCUA. MLS number 433809.
We head to the 7th at OSF. Back with Sam Spinali, Jay Cremata with you. Jordan Bowes, our producer. Reagan Williamson, the reason why BG has a 5-3 lead right now at the plate. Multi-hit game. Lexi Carver on deck, Peyton Ham in the hole for BGSU here in the 7th. 5-3 advantage on Ohio. And Williamson takes ball one downstairs. Williamson scorched, and I mean blasted. Put a softball into orbit. Out into left field. Sees ball two outside. It was her 5th home run of the year. 2 hits this game as well for her. I mean, one of the more memorable long balls, at least on my end, here at OSF. The 2-0. Outside.
There was no question that that ball she hit wasn't going to be a home run. It was so far gone.
Yeah, that's what we like to call a no-doubter. Very rarely do people put them on the roof out there and left. The 3-0. Strike. Get me over strike from Cole.
I'm sure she's looking to do that again and almost solidify this win for the Falcons.
You know, but other than that home run that Cole allowed, her relief job's still been pretty good. She pitched a fantastic game one, the 3-1, swing and a miss. 3-2. She sat down, BG in order back in the 6th.
Cole's had a great day all around today.
Yeah, she should not hang her head at all if this doesn't go Ohio's way. The full count delivery is popped up. Right side might be playable near the sidewall. Spot check, not there. Neither is Walker, even though she slid for it. Still 3-2.
Couldn't tell if she caught that until I saw the ball pretty much rolling back into the field.
Yeah, she was near the tarp, which, I mean, there's chalk there, so technically that is out of play. Either way, we're going to do it again at 3-2. Cole's ready. Rocks and fires. Upstairs, fouled off for the DP, hitting 356. 356. And that's shockingly not the highest batting average for BG in this lineup. 5 home runs, however, that is the lead. The most. The full count pitch. Scorched down the left field line, foul. Tomorrow's game set for a noon first pitch, but might be up in the air. Snow in the forecast. That's why we moved the doubleheader to today and moved this game up.
I'm glad we did because it's actually gotten 5 degrees colder than when we first arrived.
The 3-2 hit it in the air to the left side. McMenemy gloves on one hop, but throws well off the mark. A 3-hit game for Reagan Williamson. And a leadoff single for BG in the top of the 7th, looking for more insurance. Now I believe 8-game hit streak now for Williamson. Oh, never mind. Her 6-game hit streak came to a close, or an end rather, in game 1. She went 0 for 2 with a walk. She's bounced back from that. Show a bunt. It's foul by Carver. However, Williamson's been on base 12 straight games. And she's tied her career high, 3 hits in a game. Or season high, rather. Excuse me. She was 3 for 3 in Game 3 against Northern Illinois, a walk and an RBI as well. But foul behind the dish, and Lexi Carver is down on strikes, or down in the count, rather. It's 0-2. 0 for 2 today. Strikeout, ground out in Game 2. Sack bunt back in the second. Tried to sacrifice herself again, Carver. Pitch is foul tip. Rice could not hang on, though. She needs some time. I think she got hit in the upper arm. Throwing arm. She's okay. 0-2. The sack bunt queen of the MAC, Lexi Carver. She leads the conference in sack bunts a contest. Had one earlier. And unfortunately, failed to lay one down this time. She'll have to swing away. Rice seems to be okay. Up in her spirits. Runner on first, nobody down for BG. Up 2, 5-3. Top half of the 7th. We do play to 7. The 0-2. Fouled off. Cole looks at Coach Roark. She's ready to go. The 0-2. Swung on back up the middle into center field for a base hit. And BG's in business with nobody out in the top half of the 7th with back-to-back singles.
And that hit was almost right to Cole, but she didn't seem like she was ready for it.
Lexi Carver's 14th hit. It's a Bowling Green Falcon, the transfer from Louisville. And Peyton Ham singled her last time up in the 5th. Her 13th of the year. Looking for her second multi-hit game. The pitch, show a bunt, lays it down the third base line, foul. 0-1. They really want these insurance runs. I mean, might as well, you have outs to give. You might as well lay another sacrifice down, move the runners over. Then you have Weber and Gonzalez due up. Weber with a RBI single back in the 4th. She's on deck. Bunts laid down in front of the circle, picked up by Spacek, throws to first, and it's in time by a half step. Ooh, Peyton Ham thought that one was pretty close.
She was not happy about that.
Runners move. Williamson at third, Carver at second. One down for Sophie Weber, trying to make it even harder for Ohio to come back in the bottom of the 7th. Weber 1 for 3 in Game 2. RBI single back in the 4th. One down, the pitch. Hit in the air to center. This will get at least one in. Inglet under it. She makes the catch. Tagging from third. No, never mind. They throw to third. Oh, how about that? Williamson retreated back to the bag. I stand corrected. I thought that'd be deep enough to get Williamson home. I mean, the fly ball was only a few feet in front of the warning track. But I guess Williamson didn't feel confident running home. Brings up Sarah Gonzalez with 2 outs, 2 on second and third. Well, that's big for Ohio. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Gonzalez struck out and was hit by a pitch in the 5th. Madison Hendricks pinched hit for her in the 4th. She walked. And then Gonzalez came back in to pinch run for Hendricks. Here's the 0-1. Lone outside, 1-1. Drizzle's still coming down here in Southeast Ohio. Not enough to really impact anything, though. The outfield may stay wet. That's the concern for tomorrow's game. Here's the 1-1. Nubbed to short. McMenemy there, throws to first in time. How about that? Ohio gets out of it. No outs, 2 on. Sack bunt moves him over to second and third. Fly out to center, ground out to short. All right, Ohio down to the last 3 outs. They trail Bowling Green by 2, 5-3. We step aside in the Ohio Sports Network from Learfield.
Bobcat fans, the Hugh White family of dealerships is your hometown Athens dealer. And to show our commitment to the community, we're offering free car washes for Ohio University students and faculty, as well as college grad discounts with all of our new brands. But that's not all. We provide free concierge service for faculty. We'll pick up your vehicle and drop it back off after service. Take advantage of our leases at under $200 per month. Come visit us on North Columbus Road, less than 5 minutes from campus, or online at visithughwhite.com. And remember, if the deal is right, it must be Hugh White.
Whether you're coming to Athens to root on the Bobcats, visiting friends and family, or just in town for business, the Hampton Inn in Athens wants to be your home away from home. With 86 sparkling rooms, complimentary high-speed internet, hot breakfast served each morning, and a spa and business center, you can expect a great night's stay with service that will bring you back. Visit us on the web at hamptoninn.com. That's hamptoninn.com. And go Bobcats!
Ohio down to their last 3 outs. They trail Bowling Green by 2. And the top of the order due up for Ohio. Allie Inglet, Carolyn Spacek, and Megan McMenemy. 3 of their best hitters. So if you're Ohio, you're feeling pretty good about your top of the lineup due up this inning. And in hopes to get back-to-back walk-offs and go into tomorrow with already a series win should we play that game tomorrow.
Yeah, if you're Ohio, you're thankful that Allie Inglet is up to bat right now, and Caroline is right behind her, some of the best hitters for this Bobcat team.
Allie Inglet with a single stolen base and a run scored here in game 2. Looks at strike 1. Nothing in 1 to start. And Peyton Gottschall still inside the circle. She has been since the 4th inning for BG. Deals ball 1. 1-1 to Inglet. Gottschall threw a fantastic game 1. And since she's coming in the 4th, she's only allowed 2 hits. She's struck out 2. Ohio down 5-3. The pitch. Strike called outside corner. 1-2 the count. Gottschall trying to slam the door shut on Ohio and even this series at 1 apiece. Tomorrow's game, we're going to schedule it for noon, but who knows with the weather forecast that's on the way. Snow is forecasted. The 1-2. Upstairs, Inglet leaves it alone, 2-2. Ohio did walk off last game. We were tied up at 1. Yasmin Logan punched one down the left field line for the game winner. Here's the 2-2. Inglet leaves it outside and high. Counts full. For one of, I should say, Ohio's second all-time leader in hits. Allie Inglet, the pitch. Puts the bat on the ball, foul. She stays alive. 214 career hits for Inglet.
She'll have big shoes to fill after this season.
Oh, indeed. It's been a staple out there in center field for so long. It'll be so weird not having her around. But still have time. The 3-2. Hit on the ground. Right side stabs it with the backhand. Weber dives to first. It's in time. Applied the tag on the bag. And 1 up, 1 down. Weber just made a good play. That was a beautiful backhanded stab.
She saw that nobody else was going to be able to get there in time to get the ball to, so she just slid and hoped for the best, and it worked.
Well, BG, based on the way Ohio's been stealing bases today, BG would not want Allie Inglet on base.
Absolutely not.
I mean, Ohio's just been taking and taking and taking. Spacek flies one out routinely into center field. Under it, Lesperance, she makes the catch. And today hasn't been a good day for Spacek. She's 0 for 7 in both games with 3 Ks. And Ohio's down to the last out with Megan McMenemy, 2 for 3. 2 doubles, also with an RBI here in game 3, or 2 rather. 5 multi-hit games this year for Megan McMenemy. She does have 1 3-hit game this year. She did that against Marshall. She was a single away from the cycle. Peyton Gottschall trying to slam the door shut on Ohio. The pitch. Hit in the air to center or right. This should do it. Ham charges in, makes the catch. Ball game. And that's all she wrote for this chilly, overcast day in Southeast Ohio. Bobcats go in order in the 7th, and Bowling Green bounces back after being walked off on in game 1. They fall, I should say, they beat Ohio 5-3 in game 2, and we set up the rubber match tomorrow. So far, we're set for a noon first pitch. However, weather incoming, snow forecasted, so we'll just have to wait and see how this field holds up if the snow does decide to fall. It's cold enough. It may snow tonight. We'll see. But once again, big thanks to everybody who tuned in today. Bobcats take game 1 in walk-off fashion 2-1, and Bowling Green takes game 2 5-3. And once again, series finale tomorrow at noon. Sam Spinelli, thanks so much for all your work. Big thanks too to our producer, Jordan Bose. And for one final time, my name's Jake Kamada saying so long, and hopefully we'll talk to you tomorrow for the rubber match between Ohio and BG. From Athens with Love, talk to you tomorrow from Athens.